This may be news to many, but did you know Lookism actually had a mobile game released in 2019? Shocker, right? Especially if you're a part of the English reading webtoon audience like myself. Well, today I'll dive into the mobile game, going through the gameplay, mechanics, as well as just going through some of the really cool things that came as a result of the mobile game. Let's get started. Lookism Mobile was a game released exclusively in Korea, Japan, and Indonesia for Android and iOS in 2019. It was a classic side-scrolling beat-em-up game with, you guessed it, gacha mechanics. In this video, I'll go over this weird but interesting point of Lookism history that sadly cannot be played anymore, I think. The last update to the game being in 2021. The gameplay and story. The first thing that happens when you load up the game is get dropped right into the story mode for a tutorial level. In this level, we get a cool animated sequence of webtoon panels that depict the climax of the K-pop idol arc, the arc where Daniel and Duke join PTJ Entertainment Company, the JYP of the Lookism universe. In this animated sequence, we see a bit of animation from the characters, such as eye movement from Aru Lee, the K-pop idol, and an arm from Aru's manager. We are then shown the main characters breaking into the building to save the day, and are immediately dropped into gameplay. I think these animation sequences are really cool, especially for the time. Hearing the little pieces of voice acting as well as movement from the manhwa panels is a really unique way of re-experiencing early Lookism. Then you fight the tutorial level, fighting through waves of generic enemies, scrolling left and right, learning the various types of attacks. The tutorial ends with another very cool animation sequence. Gun and Gu fighting off the entertainment company lackeys for them to face off themselves, as well as ending with Daniel beating up Aru's manager. After this, we are then dropped into the start of the webtoon. Daniel getting bullied, him getting beaten up by Zack, and eventually waking up to find his handsome body. First level, over. I have to say, English speakers missed out, man. Like, even though I haven't interacted with any webtoon games before, I can tell this is mad. You can just tell effort went into retelling the story. This isn't even getting into the coolest part of the gameplay, the animated cutscenes for special moves. In the game, the different attacks consist of the main punch button you can spam, 3 special moves on a cooldown, and a special move that triggers a cutscene. Now, these cutscenes are the first time I believe Lookism was properly animated. And just look at some of these cutscenes, man. Truly amazing. I used these animations in my very first video on YouTube, and use them whenever I make a video about Lookism. They just look so good. I would even argue that the art style suits the webtoon more than even the official Netflix anime. The characters, still looking close to the designs of the original, but this time animated. Although I did get used to it in the Netflix anime, as I said in my video reviewing it, comparing the two together, I do prefer the way the game looks. However, I can understand that maybe it would be easier to animate a 5 or so second clip in this better art style than the 8 to 20 minute episodes that the Netflix anime did. But still, each cutscene just has so much charm, fully showing off the traits of each character in less than 10 seconds, ending with a special move. Little Easter eggs in some of these cutscenes, adaptations of certain moments of the webtoon, and all of it just being super well animated. You can tell the team behind the game were fans of the series, and I just have to fully respect the work they put into the game. The rest of the game does seem pretty stock standard. Work through the story of the webtoon, going through a progression system of checkpoints and chapters, earning rewards along the way. The animated sequences of the manhwa panels being shown throughout the game. Getting into the gacha aspect of the game, even the gacha has its own quirks that I like to see. The animation of the summon begins with the main character ordering from a delivery app and hearing the words, "Delivery from the door." You can see in the room posters of DG on the wall. A small detail, but really nice regardless. The character then runs to the door to find a postman with a package. If there is no rare item, the package is beige. And if there is a rare item, the package is gold and sparkles. If you do a multi-summon, then the postman appears with 9 versions of him behind him, as if he was otherworldly. The things you get from the summons are things like outfits, characters, as well as items or materials. There is also a version where instead of a boy character, it is a girl. In the summon animation, you can see she has an open magazine of DG on her table. After hearing the delivery, she similarly runs to the door and is greeted with a postwoman instead. I believe this summon animation only being used for special summons where you can only get items and materials. And I think that's really all worth talking about. Pretty cool game that I'm sad never got an English release. If Lookism was to release another mobile game, I think it would have to be another gacha type game, as that is where most of the money is being made. It would be cool if a potential new Lookism game could go over the entire story, but knowing how long the story of Lookism is now compared to then, I doubt they would do the whole thing from start to finish if they really went that route. Anyways, if you found this interesting and want to see me make more videos on niche stuff like this, then like the video and comment so I know you guys like what I'm doing. Comment if you want another Lookism game as well. Maybe somebody's watching that can make that type of decision. I know I would want another Lookism game. My next video on this channel should be a fashion video on a character from Lookism. I do already have someone in mind for my next video, but I'm still curious. Who from Lookism do you want to see me make a fashion video on next? Hey guys, Logan Shorts Gamer here. Thanks for watching. Bye.